Hey everyone, welcome back to my cozy corner. It's your girl Jen, and it is officially the month of May. If you see the camera moving for a bit, that's my cat. She's like just in a mood. She's like, Mom, I kind of want to just hang out for a bit. Let's like cuddle and talk, whatever. But mommy needs to record, okay? So, anyways, it is the month of May, and to celebrate the occasion, I decided, April showers bring May flowers. So here we are with a little flower blouse with a little like makeup and stuff. And I actually really like how the makeup turned out today. It's really cute and I love it. I was inspired by like a Pinterest picture. It was like this girl who had like brown like neutral eyeshadow on the end and then like this green like bright pop of color in the middle, and I'm like, oh, this is so cute, I love it. But anyways, being besides the point, we're gonna go ahead and dive right into our May TBR. We actually are having I'm gonna have a bit more of a ambitious TBR, you could say, for the month of May. I do have one of the books on my Kindle Unlimited, so it's not gonna be, well, it'll be shown like up here somewhere of what it will be when I talk about it. But going right in, first, I low key read already the first book in the Grishaverse, but I'm being good this week, okay? I'm being good and recording the May TBR before I read my entire TBR by accident. So, Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo is following a girl who doesn't really know who she is. She's low key an orphan. Shout out to me. No, I'm just kidding. We're following a girl named Alina. Her and her friend Mal are orphans, and one of them ends up turning out to be a Grisha when they grow up. Well, they had Grisha powers all along, but that's besides the point. These two characters are in the army, I believe. I would think one of them is Alina's like a cartographer, and I think Mal is the other guy. He's like a tracker or something. And while they're in the army, this event happens when they're in the fold where Alina ends up having powers, and everybody's like, what the heck's going on? And Alina ends up turning out to be a sun summoner. And so everybody's going crazy. And this guy called the Darkling, he's like your typical tall, dark, and handsome with like shadow daddy powers, but he's an asshole. We don't like him, okay? Whatever y'all are thinking in your head, stop it. He is not a good guy. They never are, but regardless, he is not a good guy. And so he ends up taking her under his wing, Alina, and they end up taking her back to like this academy style, like little palace or something like that. And Alina ends up learning her powers. Turns out this guy's bad. We find that out later. But being besides the point, we find out that this guy has really bad, like, what do you call it? He's known as the Darkling. The Darkling does, actually, no, we never even find out his name. He doesn't have a name. He's just known as the Darkling. Anyways, he's a bad guy. He has a bad plan to like increase what's called I think it's the unsea or like the fold or something. It's like this very scary, dark, literally like shadow realm full of like monsters and stuff. And what his idea was is to use Alina and use her powers to basically like protect him from the monsters while he goes and crosses the fold to increase its space and like increase the area and like just make sure everybody's like under his realm or whatever the heck. So that's the first book. They foiled his plans and now they're on the run. And in the second book, Siege and Storm, again they're on the run. And I'm only I'm only about 20 pages in, and so far they just got caught. And I'm not really sure how it ends. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but I'm very excited to continue on with the series. And then I'm pretty sure by the like probably like the midpoint of May, I'll have I will have started Rune and Rising. It is a third installment in the trilogy, and I have already read Crooked Kingdom and Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, both 5 stars. Shadow and Bone, not going to talk about it yet, but it was a really good book. So if you are thinking about picking these 3 books up this month, highly recommend. But that is going to be the Shadow and Bone trilogy from Leigh Bardugo. Next on our list for May TBR, we have the Language of Thorns and Midnight Tales of Dangerous Magic. No, Language of Thorns, Midnight Tales, and Dangerous Magic. Yes. Girl can never talk ever. But this is basically like a little short story collection of uh Love Speaks in Flowers, something, something, something. It's just a collection of illustrated stories. This does have a bunch of pictures in here, and I did pick this up at Book Off, and I thought it was just really cute. So when I picked it up, it just, I thought it was cool, and I wanted to read it when I was reading the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and so here I am. And of course, that means I have to pick it up and read it. So next on our list is the Daughter of the Moon Goddess duology. Jamie's actually reading this month, guys. And I'm so excited because it's kind of like we're doing a buddy read. We're not actually buddies. We're not friends. But I love her channel. I love her content. She's just a sweet girl. And, well, she's not a girl. She's a whole woman in her 30s. But we're not going to call her out. Okay? We love you, Jamie. Anyway, I've been watching her channel for a while now. Probably like a little bit over a year. And every time she just posts a video, it's just really cute. Very like, just a very bubbly, like introverted person. can relate. But honestly, she really got me back into reading and like wanting to, like, she inspired me to kind of like create my own channel. And so here I am with my little 20 subscribers. Anyways, if you guys are still watching, go ahead and check her out. I definitely recommend it. She's very sweet, she's very kind, and she's always reading something. And she's going to be reading The Daughter of the Moon Goddess this month. So if you guys want to join us on our little, not really fake buddy read, go ahead and do that. I'll be reading the duology. So this is The Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I have no idea what it's about, but something like, maybe I'm thinking of a different book, but something like infiltration into a different, nope, I'm just kidding. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay, so yeah. So she disguises her identity and goes to this I'm sorry, I'm like reading in my head. You guys have no idea what's going on. So growing up on the moon, she grew up on the moon. Shingi is accustomed to silent. Oh, I can never read. So, growing up on the moon, Shingyin is accustomed to solitude, unaware that she is being hidden from the feared celestial emperor who exiled her mother for stealing his elixir of immortality. But when Shingyin's magic flares and her existence is discovered, she is forced to flee her home, leaving her mother behind. Alone, powerless, and afraid, she makes her way to the Celestial Kingdom, a land of wonder and secrets. Disguising her identity, she seizes an opportunity to learn alongside the Emperor's son, mastering archery and magic, and even as passion flames between her and the prince. To save her mother, she embarks on a perilous quest, confronting legendary creatures and vicious enemies across the earth and skies. However, when treachery looms and forbidden magic threatens the kingdom, she must challenge the ruthless emperor and for her dreams, striking the dangerous bargain in which she is torn between losing all she loves and plunging the realm into chaos. Daughter of the Moon Goddess begins an enchanting romantic duology that weaves ancient Chinese mythology into a sweeping adventure of immortals and magic, and of loss and sacrifice, where love vies with honor, dreams are fraught with betrayal, and hopes emerge triumphant. I'm so sorry, guys. That was hard to get through. I don't know what it is. Every time I try to read something, it's always just blah 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 blah. I can never get it through. But we're gonna be reading the duology. So we're gonna be reading the first book, obviously, and the second book's gonna be followed back up after it. Again, I have no idea really what this is about. I thought it was an infiltration to like, I don't know, infiltrate the kingdom to make something happen, but I think that's another book that I have. So this is the second book, and I actually don't think I should read it because it might be a spoiler. So we're just gonna say that we're gonna be reading the second book of this month. You know what I'm saying? But second to last on our list is gonna be Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. This is gonna be my second Ali Hazelwood book. The first one was The Love Hypothesis, and no, I'm sorry, it wasn't The Love Hypothesis. It was Love Theoretically. No, so I actually really liked that book. It's about two physicists. I talked about it in both my April TBR and April TBR wrap up videos. So if you guys are curious about what that's about, go ahead and check it out. It's about two physicists. They fall in love, have magical babies together. No, I'm just kidding. It is about two physicists though, and they end up having like a whole situation happen, and they end up getting together at the end, and it's just super cute. But this is Love on the Brain. I think it's a STEM romance. I think it's one of her STEM romance books. Piece theory was right. Forcing a scientist to work with her nemesis triggers explosive results. I like it already. Like an avenging purple-haired Jedi, bringing balance to the mansplained universe, B, I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce her last name, lives by a simple code. What would Marie Curie do if NASA offered Marie a dream? I'm so sorry. If NASA offered Marie her dream neuroengineering project, she would accept without hesitation. Duh. But the mother of modern physics never had to lead with Levi Ward. Sure, Levi does have soul-piercing eyes, and sure, he caught her with his powerfully corded arms, like a romance novel hero, when she accidentally damseled in distress on her first day in the lab. Did she pour acid on herself by accident? Because honestly, that was me last week, and I had a third-degree burn, and that was not cute. Moving on. But Levi made his feelings towards Bee clear in grad school. Arch enemies work best when employed in their own galaxies far, far away. This is so cute. I love it already. It's very quirky. I love her writing. Now her equipment is missing. The staff ignores her, and Bee finds her floundering career in somewhat of a pickle. Perhaps it's our occipital cortex. Oh my god, that's a word. Playing tricks on her, but Bee could swear she can see Levi softening into an ally, backing her plays, devouring her with those eyes, and the possibilities have all her neurons firing. But when it comes to actually make a move and put her heart on the line, there's only one question that matters. What would Bee, I'm not going to pretend to pronounce her last name, do? This is honestly so cute. I'm actually really excited to read it, but That's Love on the Brain by Elle Hazelwood. And our last book on our list is gonna be my book club. There we go. I'm like, book of the month. No, I don't have book of the month. Sorry, brain is never braining ever on this channel. But next is gonna be my book club pick of the month. I'm gonna go ahead and link it up here. It's gonna be The Deal by Elle Kennedy. It is my first hockey romance, sports romance. I am not a freaking sports romance girly. But my girls wanted me to read it, so I was like, fine. No, we gotta like, we know we're in a book club. This is a democracy. We're going to vote on what we want to read, and we couldn't even do that, so we ended up spinning the wheel. Girls can never make up their minds. We are all of them. We are here. We are just girls, and we are gonna end up reading Love on the Brain. I'm gonna kind of put a little like plot synopsis of what it's about, but I know that it's gonna be a hockey romance. And that's about as much as I know. And I could be totally wrong, and it's not even a hockey romance, it's something else. But I just know that it's a sports romance. And it is my first sports romance as a girly who does not like sports or know anything about sports in the slightest. So, we're going to learn together. We're going to have the best time. But that is going to be it for this video. I'm so glad that it's a bit of a shorter video. Go ahead and like and subscribe, do all that things. And go ahead and comment down below if you've read any of these books. And if you have, don't spoil it, but let me know if I should read them, or like tell me how excited you are for me to read them. And stay tuned for later this month. Go ahead and click that notification bell right now so you don't miss it. But I'm going to be doing a 24-hour reading. No, I'm going to be doing a 24-hour read session. There we go. It is going to be finals week, and that is going to be next week's video. And so I figure, in the downtime of studying between finals, I'll be doing the timer method for the 24 hours. So I'll like set the 24-hour timer. I'll read for a bit. I'll like record in my little cozy corner, and we'll talk about it whenever I decide to talk about what I want to read and how I like the book and everything like that. But I'm probably going to be reading the Shadow and Bone trilogy still. So I'm not even going to lie to you. These might be the books that I'm going to be reading, and maybe I'll like pick up The Daughter of the Moon Goddess or something like that. But yeah, go ahead and do all the things, and I'll see you guys next week, and I'm really excited to talk about it with you guys. Bye.